Hi, my name is Sandy Surdy, and my husband Jason is the new associate pastor at First United Methodist Church. And we are so excited to be here with you all. And I wanted to share with you a little bit about hope during this time and my personal experience. So we had a lot of unexpected blessings during this time. I think the biggest one was having our children home together. Our oldest was a freshman at Baylor University, and I don't think we ever thought he was going to be home for an extended period of time again. And it was really fun to have him at home because we haven't lived with him as a young adult, and it was great to see how he had grown and changed during his time away at school. So we really enjoyed him a great deal. The other was just that family time. So when all of this happened in March, Jason was still in seminary. I was teaching, and Ethan was a senior in high school, and Jacob was a freshman at Baylor. So we were all home doing our Zoom meetings, our Zoom classes together, and not going anywhere. So dinner together every night, sharing what we were learning and what was happening, at school during that time. So we really enjoyed that. Another thing was preparing for our move. We knew in March that we were coming to Corpus Christi, and it was a big deal, right? This big move. We'd lived in our house for 12 years, and the time to declutter and get rid of all the stuff that we didn't use, and clean our house to get it ready for sale and fix anything that needed to be fixed. With us all at home, all of that became so much easier. So a lot of the stress that could have been there just wasn't, because we had the time to take care of all of that. And then probably the last unexpected blessing that comes to mind easily is, as I was interviewing for jobs down here in Corpus Christi, if I'd had to run down here every time for an interview, that would have been disruptive and stressful. So having Zoom interviews, as stressful as they were in the sense that it was just unprecedented and you didn't know what to expect, and it's uncomfortable because what you can glean from people when it's face to face that you can't and over the internet. But luckily, I was able to be hired by Ray High School as an instructional coach, and so that turned out really well. So those unexpected blessings are certainly things that I think about during this time. But it can be very stressful. So spiritual self-care, two things that I do. The first one is I try to walk almost every morning. So 6 out of 7 days I walk, and since we moved here, my route has changed, obviously, because I walked in my neighborhood when we were in our other house. But here, the blessing of having the bay very close to our house, so every morning as the sun is rising, I walk along the bay, and that is very good for my spiritual life. You think about the blessings that we have and just the beauty of nature. And then the other thing that I do is I try really hard every day to focus on counting my blessings. Try to focus on what is positive and what's going well, and that keeps me aligned and thinking about where I am spiritually. So I think the big thing that lets me hold on to hope during this time is the idea that every day is a new day and you get a fresh start, and no matter how frustrating or stressful it is, tomorrow's a new day. So that for me is a strong way to look at hope. And what do I know for sure that keeps me going is that I know that Jesus loves me. I know that my family loves me and they support me. And I also know that in every case of or incident or whatever's going on, there's always opportunity for growth. And I always try to look at life that way. No matter the situation, no matter how bad it is or how hard it is, what can I learn from this and how can I grow? So that's how I held on to it. So my prayer for you is that you have been able to find hope during this unprecedented time in our lives, and that you are finding new ways to enjoy life and new ways to connect with God and new ways to find hope.